Hey guys, I hope you're well. I've been working on my dim bulb project finally. I'm starting to work at my workbench again. And I started this project just before my little incident happened the other day. And I thought I'd share it with you. This is the front panel. And when I work on a project like this, I'll generally lay it out with some kind of masking tape, you know. And I actually found pencil to be far easier to see than any kind of ink I try to use. So I laid it out. These are the 4 switches that I'll have on the panel. This cutout is for the meter, the ammeter. It needs a 2-inch hole or 2 1/8, I forget now. But Kyle had bought this hole saw kit from Harbor Freight when building a habitat for his hamster. And I'm sure it works great for wood. Well, it did work great for him. But on metal, all it managed to do is cut through the tape, and it did leave me a nice scratch in the metal to use as a guide to cut it out with a jigsaw. And it went fine. It's a tight radius to turn. I could barely make that turn with my smallest jigsaw blade, fine-tooth blade. Then these are for the outlet. The 2 parts of the outlet will poke through there and screw on. You know how they have flats on the top and bottom, and then they're rounded on. I wasn't going to go there, man. And to cut that out, I used my sweet Greenlee punch. These are amazing. I have 4 or 5 of them, the most common sizes. I started to assemble a collection. I wanted to have them like 3/8 through 2 inches, but man, they're pricey. They're vintage tools. A couple of mine came in vintage, really cool vintage looking boxes, high quality little cardboard boxes with, I show you sometime. Anyway, man, these 2, no, they're off center. I hope those 2 jacks are on center with the center line of that hole, but I can see already they're not. I fucked up. Wah, wah. It's going to have to be that way, man. See, I had a problem. I decided to move the hole over a tad wee bit, and I didn't move that one over. I did that one, but not that one. What those holes are for are a pair of binding post jacks. So rather than have a voltmeter on this, I have several in DMMs and an analog, several. I just put a pair of binding post jacks on there. And if I want to monitor the AC voltage coming out of these outlets, I can do so there. What else have we here? The mounting holes for the 4 switches. And the 4 switches will be 1 to energize the unit, the rest of the unit. I considered backlighting the meter so that when you turn this on, boom, the meter lights up. Either white or a pretty color. I'm white. The next 2 switches will be to select the low wattage bulb, the high wattage bulb, or both for your 3rd and final series load, right? So, and the 4th switch will be to bypass the bulbs and apply full line voltage through the ammeter to the outlet. If you do that, you don't want to plug your 1970s era TV in here, man, because this meter is a 1 amp AC ammeter. This dim bulb is made for, portable radios, tabletop radios rather. And I do suppose you could use it to restore a console radio such as this E.H. Scott machine. Now, you don't see one of the chassis, you don't see the power supply AF output amp chassis, but it could be used for that, I suppose, as well. Console radios. Hi, baby. Oh, so pretty. Oh, so scruffy. Blitzy, so pretty. Such as the E.H. Scott, or what hides behind there, an RCA console radio that I actually used to listen to Tiger baseball broadcasts on when I was first married. But I'm babbling because it's time, man. I gotta put the earplugs in, get to work. Try my best to cut out a couple of dang rectangles. I need a nibbling tool. You want to check out a kick-ass tool for a home brewing project enclosures? A handheld nibbling tool. Chink, 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 chink. I hope you're well. I'll talk to you later. And by the way, I'm using the Bulbyst phone right now. And I want to see if my video editing misery continues. I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys. Come on, man. Come on out of there. Give it up for Dr. Blozo, damn it. Come on, man. Let's pull its mask off and see the damage. Whoops. Bye, guys. It's too quiet in here, man. About as fun as a funeral in here without some sound. Dang. Looks like things got a little, toasty. And it did. But, oh no. I'm back. Jesus, when I go into critical dickhead mode, that's the voice. Oh, Jesus, self-realization comes in bits and pieces, but I digress. That's just a tape adhesive that got mokey. We're good. Now, I need to touch it up a bit. The very hard metal removes the soft. Giving new life. I babble nervously because it's going to look like shit, but I digress. I got to go in the house and get a switch. Go find Blitzen in the bathroom where he's holed up in fear because of the enemy. Poor baby. I'll be back. He strokes his tool back and forth against the object of his desire. I don't want no pretty tractor, man. Nope. I don't want no pretty tractor, man. But do I want a pretty test instrument for my vintage radio restoration needs? Kinda I do. I'm worthy. I'm deserving. I'd love to have something nice to look at. Well, what your dear old Uncle Blozo wants and what he gets are two different things sometimes, but not always. I shall carry forth. I'll be back. Bye, guys. Well, I've been filing on this thing. I'm a little out of breath right now, man. I'm sorry. I've been giving Blitzen some loving. And you know, it might look like mindless work. It's not. I'm looking for burrs. I'm trying to deburr this thing a little bit. Looks like mindless work, but it's not. The mind wanders and drifts and visits different topics of the day and of the life while you're stroking away with your tool in hand. And I know what am I talking about, man? That needs to come down about a 1/16 of an inch. I failed. I failed. Oh man, I failed. I'll keep sawing away. The labels, the labelage will save me. Why do things like this happen? Well, this is what I've been, and lots of scratches. I can paint this if I wish, and I may. I may. I may pretty it up. It's, I've been struggling because I talked about my medical science. I'm being punished. Man, I'm sorry you didn't sign up for all that. But then again, sometimes what we get and what we sign up for in life are two different things. Sometimes you sign up for a pot of something shiny, and what do you get? You get a pot of shiny silver. It might not be gold, but it's shiny silver, man. And it's beautiful. Oh, man, I'm going to love this with all my heart, man. I wonder if this video segment is useful. I have to go in the house, get a switch. I'll be back, guys. Well, guys, let's take a look at my progress, or lack thereof. Okay, I'm almost done here. I'm getting there, man. I've got all these holes pretty much good enough, man. The switches all fit. And I realized something. After I cleaned that ugly burnt adhesive off of there, the area around that switch is white back there, and so it kind of fills in. It'll look fine, man. I realized another thing. This won't bother me. This won't drive me crazy, any kind of slop around here. But these two jacks being goofily centered on that meter will. Oh no, I couldn't sit and look at that, man. It'll eat at me. So I drew out new centers for desired hole locations, moving each one over just a little bit, man. And the jacks will sit on my new centers just fine on both sides, and a little bit of hole around there. I'll turn my flaw into a feature, and I'll get a couple nice pretty white nylon washers that these will sit in, and it'll make them look like they're insulated from the panel. And they will be, but they already are. So it'll look professional, right? It'll look fine. I don't know if the meter fits yet. I hope it does. The outlet sadly does not. I used the wrong Greenlee punch. They won't go through the, so the flats do. They fit in that hole just. So I could open these holes up, but that'll look terrible. It will look terrible. And there was going to be nothing around there, right? But again, you do what you can. I'm going to go see if I have a larger size Greenlee punch, if so. But the problem is there, right? I just can't use a bigger Greenlee punch, so forget that idea. At this point, I have no choice but to mark where I have to cut metal away and remove it somehow. Maybe with my Dremel tool and a grinding stone. I don't know. But that's what I've got to do now. That and check the meter. See if it fits. Catch you later. The mounting holes, well, I can't hold it together properly, but it worked out fine. That was terrible. I found that my little grinding stone worked a treat. And I found the best way to do it, man, to make these holes. Now, they look terrible now, right? But you work with what you got, man. I was stupid. Ever see the outlets that are rectangular, that take a rectangular cover plate? Uh-huh. Right? I found the best way to do it, though, man, was just to set it on the workbench, man, and unhold it down and use the Dremel tool. Let me grab it. And once this metal gets hot, it starts cutting much faster. And I found the best way, man, get a good death grip on your tool. And if you have to, set your hand up on a block of wood or something so that you're not holding it up in the air. No, you want your hand, you can put some muscle into, and that's what you do. You don't just keep going, make cuts. You make cuts. Sorry about my hand in the corner. And it just peels it away, lickety split, man. Oh, I hope my meter fits. One last thing is the meter. Now this is the back side. Front side took a little bit of abuse, but it's okay, man. We got us a little scratch going on there, but it's all right. I don't care about scratches. It'll remind me of the good times out here with Blitzy. With my baby Blitzy, so hungry. Blitzy getting so hungry now. He doesn't like me recording. Thank you, Blitzen. That was pretty good of you. Yeah, I'll go away now, Blitzy. See, I'll come back over here. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, guys. So I'm in the house now. You see I put those 2 voltage sense jacks in with a washer temporarily. I opened those holes up quite a bit so that I'd have a little bit of leeway in jack placement. And the meter fit okay. Can't really point you straight down because I create a shadow. But I placed the meter in the hole carefully. Well, not carefully. I placed the meter in the hole. I looked at where the 4 mounting studs would lie. And I tried my best to use a little bit of white ceramic paint. Ignore the nutty donuts. They're delicious. They're mine. Keep your damn... Hey, come on over, man. I'll share them with you. I put a dab of white paint on the bottom of those 4 studs underneath the meter there. And I did the best I could. And then I took the meter back off and I measured the spacing on those 4 studs using my very favorite tool for mechanical work, my vernier calipers. I've got a pair of digital ones as well, but these are excellent for marking, for just when you need to know spacing and such, you know. And yeah, boy, they're indispensable. What I find useful are these. Right here, because you can use them in scratch lines. This is some really hard metal and you can scratch. I like these. So anyway, man, that's the end till I decided to open these holes up a little bit because I will be using some kind of washer there, whether it's nylon or steel. It really doesn't matter. It'll probably be nylon, but yeah, so I'm gonna go out and drill the hole for those for the meter mounting studs, and then it's a matter of mounting everything to that front panel and wiring it up. I'll bring you back then. Bye. But I thought I'd shoot one more segment and show you what I've got done so far. I've got my flash turned on this Bulbyst phone, so I hope you can see okay. But it's pretty much all done, and everything went pretty good. I ended up using a wall plate and cutting out a bezel to go around that. I may take it off. I almost like the look of it without it better. Anyway, everything worked out fine. I found a couple black washers to put in here to correct the holes for those 2 output voltage sense ports. The switches are as follows: unit on, off. With the unit on, but no other switches activated, there will be no output until you select a series load, either the 43 watt one, and it doesn't matter what bulbs you screw in there. I might just mark it 1 and 2, those sockets, and mark these switches 1 and 2. I don't know what I'm going to do. But power on, power off. And this final switch here is to, sorry about that. This final switch here is to bypass the series loads and apply full power to the output jacks. I thought of including I'm tongue-tied. I thought of including another switch to bypass the meter if you expect to draw more than 1 amp of current. But no, because going back to my original design goals, I'll be fusing it at 1 amp. Okay? It'll be capable of supplying 120 watts if you bypass the series loads. Okay? 120 watts is more than enough for any of my needs. What else went wrong? Well, these are mounted temporarily. I put them on backwards. That's for the chain to turn the light on and off. Yeah, not much to see here. You've already seen the back side of that front panel, right? I've got the rear taken off. I'll show it to you. I can't turn the flash off in the middle of a recording. The dim Bulbyst built 340, right? Okay, I gotta end this. I'll be back with a part 2. I'm gonna wire this thing up and finish it, and I may bring you back before I apply the front panel labeling. I don't know. I just want to show you how it's used. And so, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Bye now.